Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shameen, and for today's video, we will be doing this really minimalist green liner look. Green liner, graphic liner, cut crease look. It is a really simple look. I just really wanted to do something really simple today, and also because I remembered that I had this liner lying around in my collection, especially after I did this reorganization thing. And this is the Colourpop Liquid Liner in the color The Heels, which is basically like this green color that is a little bit not my favorite green in the world, but I had it and I haven't used it much, mainly because I never really liked green eyeshadow on me. Every time I do a green look, it just doesn't look right. You can tell that I like green because this is my wall and it's green. And this is my shirt and it's green. But I think because my hair was gradually getting warmer and warmer and warmer, greens don't really look good with my hair color back then, but now that my hair is a lot more cool toned, a lot darker, I'm starting to like myself in green a lot more. This tutorial is not really about the greenness of the eyeliner, it's about using a liquid liner that is like of any color. Like it can be white, it can be black, it can be blue, yellow, red, and you can just create a line on top of your eyes and keep everything else really simple like I have, and you will have like a really impactful but minimal and actually quite easy to do makeup look. I intended for this one to be really simple and really very easy to recreate with as little products as possible. So if you are down for that, do stay tuned and we will jump straight into the tutorial right now. Alright, so I intend for this look to be really simple to do, so there's not going to be a lot of makeup involved, like a lot of items involved. But before I go in with the green liner, I want to go in to my bronzer, which I'm gonna use the Too Cool for School one. It has 3 colors. I kind of just want to go into the middle one over here, just to kind of shade my eyes a little so that it's not too naked, but I don't want it to be too dark. I just kind of want it to be a little shaded, so there's a little bit of like a demarcation from the rest of my skin. And I'm also going to draw this down on the lower lash line to just define that area as well with the same shade. We are literally creating like a shadow effect. So now you can see, like, instead of like a very foundationed eye, this one looks more like a naturally my skin tone sort of eyelid. Okay, so now that we have that base layer of shadow down, that's all the shadow that we're going to be using. We're going to jump straight into the eyeliner, and once again this is the Colourpop Liquid Liner in the color The Heels. I really want a cut crease sort of effect. So to do cut crease on my type of eye shape, I usually like to look straight into the mirror, then kind of plan out where I want the line to be. I guess when I do cut creases, I kind of like to follow that orbital bone shadow instead of like my actual fold. I want to start by tracing. And when I'm doing this, I'm actually letting the feeling of gliding my pen into the valley that is between my eyeball and my orbital bone to kind of guide me with the shape. So there's a lot of variations when it comes to like liquid liner, so I was thinking of either like extending it out all the way or creating like a cut crease graphic line thing, but I think that's quite boring. I do really like this weird one semicircle on top of my crease thing, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do the other eye first and we'll think about it as we go. Alright, this eye is a lot harder because I think this side of my face is a lot more sunken in this side, so my eyeball is also a little bit more deeper set into my bone structure. While I'm doing this, I'm really just letting my hands guide me, and sometimes mistakes happen, so I kind of just improvise as I go. It kind of helps that I don't really have a plan, because if I do, then I'll be quite devastated that I've done something wrong. Okay, so I end up in a wing. I want to point this side as much as possible. So I'm gonna flip my pen to the tips so that I get as much precision as possible, and kind of just trace and use my fingernail to scrape off excess product where I can. Okay, you know, one thing that I don't really like to do is to use a concealer to clean up the mess, because I feel like that really makes everything look too cakey and heavy. So instead, I'm just gonna make sure that everything is as even as possible, and then I'm going to go in with a Q-tip to remove instead of add more product, because I want this to be very minimal. And to have a minimal eye, I think the amount of product you use, even if it's not the eyeliner, should be minimal as well. The whole overall effect will be more obvious that way. I soaked the Q-tip with some makeup remover. I'm gonna try to remove as much as possible. The bad thing about this is that... Hold on, I can't multitask. I must do this first. Flip it over to the dry side to dry up excess remover. Alright, then taking one extra Q-tip that's clean and dry, just going to make sure that the surface is clean. And then going back in with the liner pen. I'm gonna do this really slowly, but trying my best to sharpen the edges as much as possible. And also making sure that the color is as opaque as it can get. Okay, then with the brush that I applied the bronzer with, I'm just going to run it over the area that I cleaned to reapply some powder back onto the lids to set everything down so nothing transfers or smudges easily. Okay, once we're done with this eyeliner, we're basically done with the eyes. And I'm going to just mascara my eyes. I'm using the Superhero Mascara by Cosmetics. So I have a deluxe sample size of this, and just apply some mascara onto your lids. Onto your lashes, I mean. Okay, now we're a little bit further so you can see my face. What I will now do is to go in with some blush. You can go with any blusher of your choice. I just kind of want to create like a very natural skin-like effect, so not too blushy, but you want some color in your face because right now it's really very empty. You can make it blushy if you want. I'm using a discontinued blush actually. This one is from MAC and it's this one. It's like a matte blush called Pink Student. It's like one of their classic blushes. But anyways, just blushing up the cheeks and distributing it across my face so that it just makes it look more like my skin has color. I mean, it still looks like makeup, I mean, don't get me wrong. Though I do like to combat that look with a little bit of bronzer. This one is the Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer, and this one is a little bit on the shimmery side, so by layering this on top of the blush and making sure to steer clear of my under eye area so as to not darken it too much. I'm just layering it over the blush to add a little bit of sheen, because this bronzer has a bit of like that shimmery, sheeny finish to it. And with that bronzer over top, it kind of looks more like a bronzed, tanned look. It looks like I might be glowing from within. So I'm going into the shade Frosty, which is the Super Shock Cheek from the Colourpop and Bitty collection. I'm going to highlight my inner corners, and I chose this one because it's not too obvious on my skin tone. It looks more like glowing skin than an actual highlighter. I think my goal is to create that luminescent skin effect instead of a highlighted makeup-y look. So just apply that on my cheekbones as well. Usually I would find that this color is a little too dark for me, but for today, because I'm kind of layering it on top of my bronzer and stuff, it's actually working out quite well. And just for a little bit of like a pop, because right now it's a little dull, I'm adding this onto the center of my lids and then blending it out really very lightly. You don't really need a lot, you just need something on the lids to sort of catch the light so it doesn't look too flat. So some on the brow bone as well, just to balance everything out. Instinct is driving me to want to kind of line my top lash line to lengthen my eyes a little, but I kind of really like, but objectively I kind of really like that editorial vibe that this eyeliner look is giving me, so I'm gonna calm down and stop myself from doing that. And for the lips, we really don't want anything much at all, but to give myself a little bit of color, because right now I look quite pale, I'm giving myself a little bit of like a peach flush. So this is like a matte peachy nude color that is very similar to my natural lip color, but with a little bit more of like that pink tone to brighten up the complexion. And I like to use this. Oh, did I say what it was? This is the Peri Para Ink Airy Stick in Pink Milk Tea. And yeah, so basically this is like my favorite nude lipstick sort of thing. And then I want glossy lips, so I'm gonna take a little bit of my So Juicy Plumping Gloss from Colourpop. This is the shade NASA, which is like a clear gloss with a lot of gold shimmer throughout it. And I'm just going to apply that onto my lips. I just want to give it a lot of shine. You know what, I'm actually going to just add a little bit more of that lipstick onto my lips, because I'm feeling a little pale. Yeah, I look a lot less pale. I still look kind of plain actually. I kind of just dabbed a little bit more blush across the center of my face, and I think that gives my face a lot more color. And yeah, so that's the finished look. So simple. This is so simple. Oh my god, I've not done such a simple look in a long time actually yet. What do you think? I think it's really editorial, very minimal, and it's really simple to do, but I think that the overall effect of just that one pop of green over my eyes, it's really quite bold in a minimal way. Bold in a minimal way? I guess that makes sense. It's like a minimal boldness. Like it's bold because it's minimal. I feel like these two lines are not symmetrical, but that's okay. I think it's as symmetrical as I can get it to be. But anyways, enough of my rambling. This is the end of today's tutorial. If you wanna try something different, this might be a good thing to try. And if you do try it, please do tag me on Instagram or like just DM me or something and let me know. I really want to see if you guys do recreate this in any sort of liquid liner colors that you have. And with that, we are at the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you like this video, do remember to give me a thumbs up and also subscribe down below if you have not already. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram handle is CharmaineCCW. I would love to have you there. And with that, I will see you in my next video.